Hey guys, it's Wonder Breeder Mateo here. I figure it is high time I introduce myself and tell you guys why I do shiny Pokemon giveaways. Now, I normally don't do videos like these, I mostly stream, but I figure I can give it a shot, so I'm actually going to do a little tour around Paldea, and if we run into a shiny Pokemon, we'll just keep it rolling. I'm just going to explain kind of how I got into Pokemon and why I do what I do today. So, I would say it started off for me with Gen 1. Obviously, I'm a little bit older. I'm 9 generations old. And so I started off with Pokemon Stadium. I don't think I really played the Game Boy games at the beginning. I started off just with Pokemon Stadium, and I was excited about how, you can battle your Pokemon on the big screen and all this stuff. I thought that was really cool. Definitely was excited when Gen 1 first came out, and I was, Pokemania was a thing, and I was excited about Pokemon. Everyone was excited about Pokemon. I think I may have borrowed a friend's Pokemon Yellow game, where it was like you could play with Pikachu, and I hooked it up to the N64, and it was like on the screen. It was like this big Game Boy adapter, so that was pretty cool. But I would say I kind of started with Gen 2 when it comes to playing Pokemon games like this. My first game was Pokemon Gold. I had a purple Game Boy and Pokemon Gold. I got that for Christmas. I was super excited. I wanted it so bad, and my dad got it for me for Christmas, so I was like super excited, super happy kid at that time. And then we're just going to go through the generations, I guess. And so with Gen 3 coming out, I think there was like this big event in New York. I'm originally from New York. And I don't know what allowed my parents to allow me to go out there, or my dad rather, to allow me to go out there and, go to this big event. But I was able to, and I picked up Pokemon Ruby, and I was so excited. And I remember, even today, I remember the commercials, and I love the commercial where everyone looked like their different Pokemon, and it was just like, oh, every new Pokemon. So I was excited. Torchic was my favorite. Fire types are my favorite in general, so I was really excited to get Torchic and start my game, and that lasted, Gen 3 lasted to me for a while. I mean, even my little cousin got involved, and we would play a game and just trade and battle Pokemon. And so that was really fun. And then Gen 4 came out. I was a little bit older, and I don't think I finished Gen 4. Even the Gen 4 remakes I have not finished, nor have I beat the Elite Four in Gen 4. So, anywho, yes, I was playing Gen 4, and I kind of got to the end of it. Chimchar was my favorite. And Infernape, and I felt like the game was just so easy. You can just beat people so easily, and I just kind of fell out of it. And it wasn't until I was even older. I was married. My wife and I were expecting our first child, and my sister came by, and she was like, "Hey, do you want to do Pokemon X and Y? We can play together." And I was like, I haven't played Pokemon in a while, but sure. And then my love for Pokemon just exploded, and I still to this day, I love Gen 6, I love Kalos. I hope we get some Kalos DLC and go back there. But yeah, so I was just playing that game, having so much fun, and then I discovered Wonder Trading, and that's kind of where Wonder Breeder Mateo the wonder part of Wonder Breeder Mateo kind of comes in, where it was just you can just trade Pokemon and get another Pokemon, and I thought that was really cool with people around the world, and there was different powers and stuff, and the PSS system. I thought that was really cool. And so I started Wonder Trading, and I started getting some cool Pokemon, and I was like, whoa, you can get valuable Pokemon just from Wonder Trading. And unfortunately, I realized later on in that time of discovering Wonder Trading that Pokemon were hacked, and I thought, oh, that's not cool, And so going back a little bit, when Gen 7 came out, that's when I started really getting into breeding Pokemon and Wonder Trading them. Well, let me Wonder Trade valuable Pokemon so that people can actually get valuable Pokemon and not be duped. And so I think that's kind of what started Wonder Breeder Mateo, where I would breed Pokemon and just trade them. And I wasn't really into I didn't really care too much to get shiny Pokemon. So shiny Pokemon giveaway comes way later. I didn't really care too much for shiny Pokemon. I was just like, well, let me just get cool valuable Pokemon, because I didn't get valuable Pokemon. And one of the things I noticed with shiny Pokemon is when I was trading, everybody wanted shinies instead of I wanted a Rayquaza, and I'll give you a Kyogre, and everyone was like, no, shiny Pokemon. And I was just like, whoa, why does everybody want shiny Pokemon? So I didn't really see the value in shiny Pokemon until like way later, until like recently, where I started giving them away in Legends Arceus. So let's backtrack again. I think this might be a shiny. No, I don't think so. Let's find it. Blade, is that a shiny? No. So anyway, sorry. Let's go back to Gen 7. My sister, she already got me back in Gen 6, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna destroy you in Gen 7, and we played it, and she beat me, but I beat her in Gen 6. But anyway, she beat me in Gen 7, and I was like, okay, well, maybe competitive is not my thing. So I just, decided to continue finding ways to Wonder Trade Pokemon and, do all that. And I enjoyed Gen 7. But when Gen 8 came out, I started getting into competitive and stuff like that, and I did okay. I didn't, go crazy. I didn't really even do, double battles, more like single battles. And I enjoyed myself with that as well, so that was fun. But, so, when Gen 8 came, and Legends Arceus came, that's when I really started revving up my shiny Pokemon giveaways. And if you see the earlier parts of my channel, you'll see that a lot of my giveaways started in Pokemon Legends Arceus. That's when you could hear the shinies in the wild, and you heard it, and I thought that was really cool. Like, seeing shinies in the wild, hearing the sound, to me, I felt like that was more exciting than just going back and forth. Not to say that I haven't got any shinies before. I think in Gen 7 I got a shiny Chimchar just by breeding, and I wasn't, like I said, I was just wonder trading and breeding. I wasn't trying to get a shiny Pokemon. But it wasn't until Legends Arceus where I felt like, wow, people really value these Pokemon, and I enjoy, the sound and the experience of shiny Pokemon, so let me go and give people shiny Pokemon. And so that's kind of how the giveaway started, and now here we are in Gen 9, where I'm just giving away shiny Pokemon left and right. And so if you're interested in that, if you're interested in shiny Pokemon, definitely subscribe to the channel, because that's basically what I do here. I just do shiny Pokemon giveaways all the time. But that's basically about it. That's kind of where, and so the Wonder Breeder Mateo just came from trading on Wonder Trade and breeding Pokemon. They turned it to Surprise Trade, and I still like Wonder Trade, so it will still be Wonder Breeder Mateo, not Surprise Breeder Mateo. But I don't really think I have anything else for you guys. I think that's all, and I appreciate you guys listening, and definitely, like I said, subscribe if you're interested in shiny Pokemon giveaways.